Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a question I get all the time. How can I finally become fluent in speaking and listening to English? You've studied the grammar, you've memorized vocabulary, but when it comes to a real conversation, it all just falls apart. Sound familiar? Well, you're not alone, and the solution might be simpler than you think. The secret isn't locked away in a textbook. It's all around you, in your daily life. Forget cramming for hours. We're going to talk about how to integrate English into your routine so seamlessly that you be learning without even feeling like you're restudying. By the end of this video, you'll have a toolbox of practical, easy-to-implement strategies that will transform your daily habits into powerful language learning opportunities. So, if you're ready to stop just learning English and start living it, stick around. Let's get started. First things first, let's talk about listening. This is the foundation. You can't speak what you haven't heard. The goal is to create an English immersion bubble, and your home is the perfect place to start. Think about all the sounds in your daily life. What if they were all in English? When you wake up, instead of listening to the news in your native language, find an English news podcast. There are tons of them, from the BBC to NPR, that offer short daily briefings. It's a great way to wake up your brain and get your ears tuned to English from the get-go. While you're making breakfast or getting ready for your day, put on an English language radio station or a playlist of your favorite English songs. Don't stress about understanding every single word. The key here is exposure. You're getting used to the rhythm, the intonation, and the natural flow of spoken English. It's like letting a river of language wash over you. Now let's upgrade your entertainment. How many hours do you spend watching TV shows or movies? Let's turn that passive screen time into active learning time. Start by watching your favorite shows with English audio and subtitles in your native language. This helps you connect the sounds with the meaning you already know. Once you feel comfortable, take the next step. Switch to English audio and English subtitles. This is a game changer. You'll see how words are spelled while hearing how they're pronounced, which is fantastic for both listening and vocabulary. You'll start noticing common phrases and slang that you'd never find in a textbook. And the final level, English audio, no subtitles. It might feel challenging at first, but you'll be amazed at how much you can understand from context, body language, and tone. Pick shows where the conversation is natural, like sitcoms or dramas. You'll be learning real-world English, the way people actually speak it, okay? Let's move beyond just passive listening and into the world of active listening. This is where you engage your brain a little more. Podcasts are your best friend here. Find podcasts on topics you're genuinely interested in, whether it's cooking, video games, history, or true crime. There's a podcast for it in English. Because you're interested in the topic, you'll be more motivated to understand what's being said. Start with podcasts designed for learners, which often have transcripts you can read along with. A great technique is to listen to a short segment, say 30 seconds, and then pause it. Try to summarize what you just heard out loud in your own words. This forces you to process the information, not just hear it. Another powerful tool is audio. Listening to a book you've already read in your own language can be a great starting point. You already know the plot, so you can focus on the language and how the narrator uses their voice to convey emotion and meaning. Now, for the part that scares a lot of people, speaking, all the listening in the world won't make you fluent if the words never leave your mouth. The biggest hurdle is often fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of sounding stupid. We need to break that fear. And the best way to do that is to start small and in a safe environment by yourself. I know it sounds a bit strange, but talking to yourself in English is incredibly effective. This is your zero judgment zone. Start by narrating your day. As you're making coffee, say I'm making coffee now, I'm adding a little bit of milk while you're getting dressed. Describe your clothes. I'm putting on a blue shirt and black pants today. It feels silly at first, but you practice forming sentences in real time without any pressure. You're building muscle memory for your mouth and your brain. This simple habit connects your thoughts directly to spoken English, which is the very essence of fluency. Once you're comfortable talking to yourself, let's bring in a technique called shadowing. It's simple but powerful. Put on a short audio clip of a native speaker, a podcast, a movie scene, anything. Play one sentence, pause it, and then repeat it exactly as you heard it. Try to copy everything. The pronunciation, the rhythm, the intonation, the emotion. You're literally trying to become a shadow of the speaker. This does wonders for your accent and your flow. You'll start to notice the musicality of English where the stress falls in a sentence, how words link together. Don't worry if you don't sound perfect. The goal is practice, not perfection. Do this for just 5 to 10 minutes a day. You can use your phone's voice recorder to record yourself and compare it to the original. It's like having a personal pronunciation coach, and it trains your mouth to make the sounds of English more naturally and automatically. Now it's time to take the big step: speaking with other people. This is where the real magic happens. But you don't have to book a flight to an English-speaking country. The internet has made the world your classroom. There are countless language exchange apps and websites where you can find native English speakers who want to learn your language. It's a win-win. You can spend half the time speaking English and half the time helping them with your native tongue. This takes the pressure off because you're both learners. You're both there to practice and make mistakes together. Remember, the person you're talking to isn't an examiner. They're a partner. They expect you to make mistakes, just like they will when they speak your language. Start with text chat. If you're nervous, then move to voice messages, and finally to live calls. Every conversation, no matter how short, is a victory. Let's also find ways to use English in our everyday tasks. Your phone is a powerful tool. Switch the language of your phone's operating system to English. At first, it'll be a little confusing, but you'll quickly learn the vocabulary for settings, messages, and call. It's constant, subtle reinforcement. When you need to search for something online, try searching in English first. Want a new recipe for dinner? Search for easy chicken recipes instead of in your native language. This exposes you to a whole new world of content and vocabulary related to your interests. The same goes for your social media. Follow creators, celebrities, or news outlets that post in English. Your feed will become a stream of English content, making it a natural part of your day. It's all about creating small, consistent points of contact with the language. Thinking in English is the ultimate goal, and it's a habit you can consciously develop. It starts with small moments. When you're standing in line at the grocery store, instead of thinking in your native language, try to formulate your thoughts in English. I need to buy milk, bread, and eggs. I wonder how long this line is. At first, your brain will want to revert to your native language. That's normal. Just gently guide it back. You might have to translate in your head initially, but with practice, the English thoughts will start to form directly. This internal monologue is crucial. When you can think in English, speaking becomes 1,000 times easier because you're no longer doing mental translation. You're just expressing the thoughts that are already there. Start with simple observations and then move to more complex ideas. It's a mental workout that pays off huge dividends in your speaking fluency. So let's put it all together. Your mission is to weave a thread of English through the fabric of your day. Wake up with an English podcast. Listen to English music during your commute. Watch your favorite show with English subtitles during your lunch break. Narrate your actions as you cook dinner. Shadow a native speaker for 5 minutes before bed. Find a language exchange partner to chat with twice a week. Switch your phone to English. The key is consistency, not intensity. A little bit every day is far more effective than a 5-hour study session once a week. You are building habits. You are creating a lifestyle where English is not a foreign subject to be studied, but a living tool to be used. Embrace the mistakes. They are proof that you are trying. Be patient with yourself. Fluency is a journey, not a destination. But by integrating these simple strategies into your daily life, you're not just walking the path, you're running it. You've got this. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope these tips help you on your journey to English fluency. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more language learning tips. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What is one daily habit you are going to start today to improve your English? Sharing your goals can be a great motivator. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep practicing.